Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Leicester Reborn. Today's episode we have got the Carabao Cup semi-final, we've got Manchester United at Old Trafford and of course at the King Power, and they stand between us and a chance of winning our second domestic title in consecutive years. With that being said, if you are enjoying the content, give it a like. You should just give it a like because I'm ill and I'm still producing content, so give that a like too. And obviously links down below to come follow us live on stream. If I do sneeze and pull out a tissue, I do apologise. I've got a head cold. I'm very blocked, as you can probably tell. But we have had some lem sip. We have been streaming for the last hour and a half, and we've got a bit to get through before we get into this game anyhow. So without further ado, let's get into it. Since we last met, results-wise, bit mixed bag. Last game you saw was Liverpool, where we come back from 2-0 to win 3-2, and City we got beat. We lost to Palace, Newcastle drew to Sporting, being rotated, but we are currently still top of the Champions League. We have to say that out of the 6 games we've played absolutely nobodies. I don't know how we've got such a good draw, but yeah, we've got Atletico and Leipzig. Sorry to come up. And I would imagine we're going to probably lose both. With that being said, we lost to Palace, and Newcastle means we lost 3 league games on the bounce. We beat Fulham, beat Brighton in the Carabao Cup final as well, coming back from 1-0 down to win 2-1. Beat Everton 1-0 in a game we were not convincing in before losing to Norwich, who was 16th away from home. Josh Sargent scored a fantastic goal on that, which you'll watch on stream if you want. And then, since then, we beat United 1-0 at home, got a late winner, beat Leeds 2-0, and then played a bonkers game against Middlesbrough to win 5-3. A game where we did not know how to defend, and every chance went in, but Rooney, doing Rooney things, even though he's not developing at all, did well. I will find on this save in particular, for whatever reason, none of my players are developing. They just seem to continue to decrease, which is not good and not develop at all. Apart from one Alex Lynch, which Adam Lynch I should say. I don't know what to do with him because he's developing so well, but I don't know how we get into playing him a lot. That's my only issue there. And he's now a League One player, and by the end of this I think he'll be a championship player because he is getting quite well rounded. But yeah, I don't know how we play him more often than not. With that being said, you will see a name in this team, and the team has got a few injuries there. And that's because we have made a signing. And firstly, Lucas Moura finally left. We just offered him out before people could get him on a free, and Fenerbahce said, here, have 10 mil, and I said, yep. And he's finally decided to go. So we are getting rid of him for some money, which is profit. But the big one is, for whatever reason, Arsenal said to Smith Rowe, we no longer need you. We're listing up for 26 mil. When a player of this quality becomes available and is English and only 24, he fits exactly what we're after. Elise, Harvey Barnes, we've got Drewsbury Hall, we've got Luke Thomas, Livramento, a very strong English core, which I really want to have with this team. I want to have a few youngsters come through the team, which, we did give a debut to one of the other youngsters on this list in Stuart Warren. That's mainly because I had an injury to Christensen. Luke Thomas has got COVID, so he's out for 2 weeks. And so we had to give him a debut in the Premier League where he got an assist, to be fair to Stuart. Gave away a penalty too. But so Smith Rowe came in, 24 mil or 26 mil, whatever it is, all up front. No future fees, very around. They got 13 stats of 15 plus, which makes him a very good footballer, but not world class. But with a little bit of luck, he may develop, and that will always be not bad as well. I think we're going to work him on his final third, which the game also suggests, because at 24, there is still some development, and we could just maybe get that composure up to 15 before he stops really developing as well. With that being said, team looks pretty good. Our full strength side does include Demiril now. Can play in about modding minutes. We look better with him at centre back, and he's got a lot more 15s, which means I am going to play him. I think the Omar Dele experiment, as much as it was good fun, I think it's over. It just hasn't developed as much. Another one with a lot of potential, comes in and plays a lot of minutes and doesn't develop. It's been a very weird save where this team has lacked development across the board. Tarum's the same, has come in at 23, not developed. And Lavia has barely developed, but he's been playing minutes left, right, and centre. So I don't know what's going on, but there has been lack of development in this save. And let me know if you're finding that the same as well. With that being said, Smith Rowe has got a small knock out for the next 4 to 8 days. James Justin's out for the next 8 days to 3 weeks. And Luke Thomas is out as well. So we are going to go and make some changes to the bench. We are going to get in Warren, one of the youngsters, just in case we need some left back cover. And we're going to get Will Alves into the hole, but it's actually going to be Alex Scott as well. And Omar Bombadillo will make the bench. Apologies. With that being said, your team here is going to be Melier, Livramento, Demirel, Master, Christensen, Lavia and Tarama, Lise, Scott and Barnes, and Garen Qual will start up front again. He is not developing at all. Only 7 in 16, which is still respectable. Won European Player of the Asian Player of the Year and European Golden Ball and etc. after a fantastic year. Didn't develop, so yeah, I don't know what's going on in this save, but development has been an issue. With that being said, and without further ado, let's go. For those wondering, is it your staff? I've got one of the best staff apart from goalkeeping around, and for those that don't know, they start with some of the best facilities in the world in Leicester. Everything is, if you look at that, is state-of-the-art, superb. So we should be having development like Lynch is across the board, but apparently not. With that being said, let's get straight into it, see what we can do here today against Man United away from home though. I would love to make the Cabaret Cup final and win it. It would be nice. It is one of the competitions I want to win. We've already won the championship. We have won the FA Cup. And if we can win the Cabaret Cup, it just leaves the Premier League the topper before winning the Champions League, and the same would be complete. With that being said, they got Todibo at the back with Varane as well. Casemiro is playing with Lucas Torreira, which means Adriazola's not starting. Rafinha's not starting either. They are going to go Leroy Sané, Christensen, Sancho and Rashford. Man United at Old Trafford have been having the wood on us. We've been better at home than Man United though, so it's fairly even this. Out of all the teams we could have picked, Man City, United and Liverpool, I definitely wanted United because we have a better record against them. So yeah, let's get into it at Old Trafford. And as long as we don't lose this game heavily, I do back us in with a chance to make it through to the final. Unfortunately for us, our midweek fixtures Wolves in the FA Cup third round, and we're defending champions. So it's not a game I particularly want to rotate in because Wolves are one of those tricky fixtures. But yeah. Anyway, Scott's picked up the ball and lost out to Rashford. He will go to squeeze and make force De Gea long, which we do, and that is only going to be as far as Jose Marshall. Demirel now with him, inside the Lavia. Back to Jose Marshall. Needs to find feet. Goes all the way back to Melier. I need to blow my nose. I'm waiting for this highlight. Marsa, Christensen, Thuram. Ball needs to go wide there. Livramento, go on, my son. Looks for Elise. He could have been borderline offside. Qual scores. Flag stays down. We are going to be leading 1-0. Garen Qual just loves a goal in a big game. Has to be said. I don't know what I'm going to do when it comes to signing strike. If we keep Garen or we sell Iheanacho, we keep Iheanacho and sell Garen because he's got good value even though he's not great. I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, Elise with a ball in. Garen Qual quick enough to get there. We lead 1-0 at Old Trafford, which is superb. As I said at the start of the episode, boys, I do apologise, but talking makes my nose run, etc. as well. Marsha heads home to Melier. And we lead 1-0. In the Demirel, who thumps one long live with Garen Qual. Won't find him like that, but win the secondary press with Lavia. For those wondering, no nonsense centre back. Why, Damien? They still play the ball around decently well, but go a bit more longer when needed. Now, that is poor from Garen Qual. Would have been offside anyway. He took a touch, and then instead of side footing, he decided he wanted a header at De Gea. Side foot would definitely have scored, but it was offside anyway, so it doesn't matter. We still lead 1-0. Leicester has had a fantastic year for us this season as well, which is good. A couple of bookings either side now. But we got the 1-0 lead in the Cabaret Cup semi-final, which is huge. I'll definitely have to have a look at what the break is between Wolves and Man United on the flip side. If it's longer than 4 days, I'm definitely going to have to go full strength because Wolves is that tricky fixture in the FA Cup you don't want to rotate in away from home. But yeah, approaching half time though. We've got people that can head a ball with like Demirel. No one wins. Rashford given time to take a touch as well. This is scary because it's Rashford. And he does very well to get into some space and hold it up. Varane, Torreira. This would be a horrid way to concede here. Sancho, Eriksen over the bar mercifully. Imagine conceding on half time and we were the team that had the corner. I would have been livid. At half time, you have a look at the stats here. It is 2 shots nothing to 5 shots free. We've been the better of the two sides. Slightly. Very even in possession. 1-0, another corner. This time no header, one again. Harvey Barnes doesn't win the ball but forces Sane this time to give it away. Livramento now. Kenny Whip doesn't. Elise doesn't. Livramento does. Qual, Scott hits the outright. The upright. And it's going to be still 1-0. Which could have been 2. Especially in the cup semi-final, you want them to go in. You want them to go in any day, but especially in the cup semi-final is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, 68 minutes played. Just got a text away on my phone. Alright, so a few boys looking dead. More than a few. Whole team looking dead. And I just feel like we just don't have the depth just yet to be 100% across all competitions. Tempted to go 4-3-3 and actually get these boys to try and see this game out. Lise for Rooney, I think, is fine. I think Scott for a Drewsbury Hall is going to come into the Mazzala on support. I reckon Mazzala on support on attack. I still think Mazzala on support. I think Lavia out for Wilfred and Dindy to sweep up because he's very good at what he does. Don't want to particularly bring Warren out there. The game wants me to bring Warren out there. I'm actually going to move Marshall out there as a wing-back on support. Or full-back on support. And I'm going to move in Harry Suter. Swap these two around. And I'm going to weave one last change to time waste with later. Is what we're going to do. Time ticking away. We've done our job here against United. And there's going to be one last change to time waste with. And that's going to be to run for Will Alves in the middle of the park just to give some energy in there. 3 minutes of added time. Well, I think we've got it tactically right today, boys. We've got our goal. We got to the 60th. We same system into a very possession-hungry, low-tempo 4-3 to kill off some time. And, well, we take a 1-0 lead to the King Power. And we're 90 minutes away. Could be a little bit longer than 90, depending on the result, from being in the Cabaret Cup final, which would be against either Liverpool or against Manchester City. Which is never going to be easy. But look, going on a cup run in a different competition is great. We've only got a 3-day break between us and Wolves. I don't want to particularly rotate here against Brendan Rodgers' men. Wolves currently sit 7th in the championship, but they are, they've got guys like Mateus Cunha, etc. I'm going to go semi-full strength. Ideally, I want to go like semi-full strength, dominate, and then go for that 4-3-3 and rest. But yeah, I'll see these guys on the flip side for Man United at home, and hopefully we're still in the FA Cup as well. Welcome back, YouTube. Here we go. We've got the second leg where we take a 1-0 lead to the King Power. For those wondering what happened against Wolves, we also won 1-0 in a game which was pretty even, and Wolves were probably a decent value for a draw at a minimum. We did score with Livramento scoring his first goal for the football club, which has come in January, which is nice, to go on with his 9 or 10 assists that he already has this season. And then we held on for a 1-0 win. We did rest the boys here fully as well, so the team is pretty close to being full strength. I will note there is a million yellow card opportunities here, so even though we make the final, we could theoretically be quite short on personnel depending on how this game goes. Now, because of people being, cup tight, etc., we are going to obviously have a few guys out of this side here. Important to note as well, obviously, Smith Rowe's been used by Arsenal in the Cabaret Cup, so he is cup tight as well. Rest of the team, though, is in pretty good stead, and it's going to be Melier, Livramento, Demirel, Marshall, Christensen, Thuram, Lavia, and Elise. Scott, Barnes, thank you very much to follow. Jack Sweet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Qual up top. In terms of rotating here, because of the yellow card stuff, I might go Demirel out as well. I guess we can go Lavia out for Drewsbury Hall. Just trying to think, if we were to make the final, who would I want out? I think as well, which is a brave thing to do, Rooney for Elise, and just give Rooney a game here as well, and start thinking about, okay, yellow cards, there's only a few on there now. I know we have to still go out here and win the game, but I also want to, try and mitigate those yellow cards as well. So it's Livramento, it's Marsh, it's Thuram that are out there now with yellow cards. Suta, Demirel, Ndindi, and Elise would be the ones in trouble with yellow cards if that was an issue as well. With that being said, without further ado, let's get into it. If we do lose today, it's because I've made those slight rotations because of the yellow card drama. But yeah, obviously, it's not much you can really do about that as well. I think from minute 1 now as well, I am, because of the yellow cards, going to get stuck in off. Because if we are going to make the final, I want to make sure that we don't have a suspension. In terms of the team, Varane's come back into the middle of the park there with Martinez. It was Todibo last time out. Outside of that, it's the same team. No, it's not. Christian Eriksen's coming to the hole. So, yeah, that's the only other one. But, yeah, 2 changes for United from the team that we beat 1-0 at Old Trafford. Now, we have a very good record against United at the King Power. Hopefully that continues here. Shaw. Torreira. Into Shaw. Early highlight. Eriksen heads over. Could have been 1-0 United. Not a great highlight from us. Clean sheet. Oh my God. Rooney's off injured. Alright. Elise is going to have to come on, and if he gets a booking, going to be suspended. Rooney is injured. One of our newer signings. Signed on deadline day of the last window. Has been pretty good off the bench and playing well. Elise, who is on yellow card trouble and is our best player. If he bicks a booking today and we do get through, is missing the final. Didn't want to bring him on, if possible. Anyway, he's on this set piece and he whips one in there and no one wins. But Harvey Barnes should be able to recycle. Elise presented but ignored. Harvey Barnes now getting into the area. Good run. And he went for goal. That was very selfish. But yeah. As things stand, evenish start. United dominating a bit more of the ball. Same amount of shots, etc. And a corner. Eriksen. Back stick, Osimhen hits the outside of the post. United again go close to a 1-0 lead. Time ticks away. Doesn't matter how you win in cup games, you just got to win those games. Like we did against Wolves. You didn't play well, but if you win by hook or by crook, it does not matter. Elise whips, Harvey Barnes back stick. Doesn't win it. Elise heads down. Garan Quoll hits it straight at De Gea. Big miss for Garan. And there we go. As things stand, approaching half time, it's going to be 0-0. But there is one last highlight, and it's Livramento. It's Scott. It's going to still be Alex Scott. Good run from Alex Scott. Does he finish? Deflection. De Gea had to be alert and gets there before Quoll swept it home. Right on half time. United going to go long. Are we going to win the header? No, it's Osimhen beating 4 guys. What a chip. It's typical Football Manager, isn't it? It's a long ball with 4 guys around him, and out of 4 guys, not one of them win it. It's just typical FMBS. Like, they all just watch him. Like, 3 guys, one of them turn around and just head the ball away. No. In the end, that's a chip and a half from Victor Osimhen. Meslier should never get beat from that. And it's 1-1, 1-0 down on the night. And it's all come from a long ball piece of crap. Typical Football Manager. Just typical FM. Just typical, it's a big game. Yeah, your centre-backs are going to forget they can head the ball. They don't have to kick it. So one of them turns around. Like, Demaril's like 6'6". Just turn around and head it. Anyway, Jose Marshall, I think he's like 6'3", but anyway. Thuram, Marshall, Barnes. Jose Marshall again. Dewsbury Hall, Thuram. Not kicking around here from half-time, from kick-off. Need a runner. Elise, big moment. Hits the bar and comes out. It's not our day. Doesn't feel like our day here. We have been good, but it doesn't feel like our day out there. And of all the ways to concede, it's a long ball piece of whatever. Livramento's picked up a knock. Hopefully he can shake that one off. Rashford. Cuts it. It's got to be a penalty given out of all this. Yeah, of course. We're going to concede to a bloody long ball and a pen. Have FM scripted this one before this? Did they? Bullshit. No penalty given. Wow, got waved away. You never see him get waved away. We'll take it. As things stand, Livramento has to come off. He's just dead. One of our best players is going to come off. We don't really have a right back, so Demirel, who's on an injury, he's on a yellow card issue, is coming off. Thuram's dead. Lavia's on a booking, is going to come in like for like. Christian's dead, but I'm not going to bring Warren into this game. Games lacks a bit of quality, doesn't it? Going to get Lynch on as a youngster and get Elise through the hole. I think that's what we're going to do. And Garen's going to come off, who's missed a chance for Iheanacho, who can take a penalty. 12-6 and a 1.27 XG, and we failed to score today. Jose Marshall heads straight at De Gea. Hopefully that's the highlight here and not another long ball that we decide we don't want to header. Maybe it is a long ball, another long ball we don't want to header. We do win that one. Lavia heads, but straight to Casemiro. Sane. Driving. Osimhen's in. Big moment. Melier, big save. Maybe makes up for the one that he let over his head, where he could have just jumped. Time ticks away. We're a bit unlucky to not have scored today, you feel. But one goal changes that. Lavia looking for Harvey Barnes. Cuts it. Iheanacho down, he goes. Is that a penalty? It's very similar to the other one that got waved away, so we'll find out. We will find out. Referee has a fake. Gives it. Well, Iheanacho, who missed his last penalty, has a chance to beat De Gea and put us 2-1 up with only a handful of minutes to go. Steps up. Chips it straight down the middle at De Gea. Why not pick a corner? Not our day. Not our day. It is not our day. 91st minute. We do not have a good penalty taker. Lavia, Drewsbury Hall, Elise, can he turn? No, he gives it straight to Rafinha. Lucky. We go into extra time with a very dead side after missing a penalty. We brought him on for penalties, and there we are. Harvey Barnes really can't take a penalty. Who is out here that can take a pen? That is a question. Harry Soita can't really. He's got 9. Wilfred Ndidi, 11 penalty taking. Makes sense. Right, now does Lavia can't really take a pen. Can Drewsbury Hall take a pen? 10 penalty taking. Don't particularly want to take him off. Harvey Barnes can't really take a pen. Adam Lynch has got fresh legs. I'm going to move Elisa to the other side. Going to actually move Drewsbury Hall into the middle because he can take some sort of penalty, and Dindy's going to come on. I think that's what's going to happen. Here we go. The goal for either side would probably be enough to win it, you would imagine here. Time ticks away. We've been good value for a goal. Iheanacho missed the pen. We've had arguably the better of the chances too. One freakishly long ball, poopy caca goal with a great finish. And Pedro's in here. Big moment. Well, now we must score in order to bring it to extra time because guess what? United have got another one in extra time. Pedro's first goal for Manchester United. I'm guessing it's the Pedro from Barcelona. I'm just going to double check. It's not. It's a Pedro from Flamingo. Interesting. Highlight from kickoff. Victor Christensen. Wilfred Ndidi. We need a goal. We need it now. Elise gets tackled and doesn't win it back. Imagine them scoring another one. Sancho goes over. All comes down to Iheanacho missing a penalty, yeah? 2.42 XG, 17 shots, 9 on target. We have failed to score. Ndidi, get in the area. Elise, outside of the post. We've had our chances. We can't complain about not having the chances. We should have made the final. Only ourselves to blame. Is there a moment here? Corner. Elise whips it. Not one. Drewsbury Hall forces the turnover. Lynch, the youngster, goes down the line himself. Cuts it. Iheanacho sweeps it home. He missed the penalty, but he gets the goal. He gets the goal to send it to a shootout. 190th minute. Young Adam Lynch, the 18-year-old, on a run. And in the end, in the 6-yard box, Iheanacho scores after missing a penalty, which would have sent us through to the final. He scores the pen to keep us in it. He will be taking a penalty to in the shootout. I'll normally put him as penalty taker number 4 as our best penalty taker. He's going to take the first penalty just to get it out of the way. And, well, it's a shootout. Iheanacho's got 15 penalty with 16 composure, and he missed. There you go. Wilfred Ndidi, Drewsbury Hall. I don't really trust anyone else, really, here. I see what I mean. We don't really have any real penalty. Marsha. I think then Lynch. Look, Elise is going to take penalty number 4. Ndidi penalty 5. And we're going to go with that. Shootout. Iheanacho, after missing a penalty versus De Gea, he's missed his last 2 penalties now. Steps up, has to score this one. Bottom bin. If he just did that in the 83rd minute, 84th minute, would have won in 90. Pedro, who scored to put Man United on the verge of the final, versus Meslier. Meslier saves superbly well, does the world-class keeper down to his left. 1-0 after 1-1. Shrewsbury Hall. We don't have the best penalty takers, but just pick a spot and hit it. That's all that matters. Shrewsbury Hall steps up, and that's into the side netting. De Gea won't get that one. 2-0. Rafinha to make it 2-1 after 2 each. Versus Meslier. Rafinha sends Meslier the wrong way, and it's going to be 2-1. 2 penalties each. Jose Marcha now, 15 composure, reason he's taking this one, the left-footed Spaniard. Steps up, straight at De Gea. Another penalty straight down the middle, they get saved. Can players just put them in corners, please? Sancho now versus Meslier. Meslier with a chance to make it 2-2 after 3 each. Sancho, Meslier. Oh, what a save from Meslier. Step to go one way and then went straight down the middle, and it's a save and a half. Here comes Elise versus De Gea. Oh, it's a world-class save from De Gea. It was a world-class penalty from Elise. De Gea went massive. Casemiro now to make it 2-2 after 4 each. Up steps Casemiro. And Meslier this time is beat down the middle. Have to say, De Gea's save then was massive. I don't like that his name's still above him. I hate that. Ndindi now to make it 3-2 after 5. Must score you feel. De Gea saves and we're on the verge of going out. We had our chances. Meslier saved 2 in the shootout, but yeah, just not been our day, has it? It just felt like the sort of game which you're going to lose. De Gea saving against Elise in the shootout, massive. Iheanacho in 90 minutes, stupid. Sane versus Meslier. Can Meslier pull us out of a hole? No, he can't, and we are losers in the semi-final in very cruel fashion. We were arguably the better team on the night with better XG, more shots, more on target, same possession, very similar pass completion. We missed a 93rd minute, 83rd minute, penalty. We scored in the 109th minute to send it to a shootout. Marcha missing going down the middle. Elise missing for De Gea and Ndindi missing as well. We missed our last 3 penalties in the shootout. If only one of them held their bottle, you would imagine we would have went on to win the shootout as well. Because we did lead 2-1 and Meslier saved 2 penalties himself. We're not happy with that. We're going to have to wait to win the Carabao Cup for another season. But yeah, obviously a very entertaining set of episodes. Gives us a chance to focus on resting up here and hopefully going on another deep run in the FA Cup. If you have enjoyed the episode, give it a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. FM does not care when you're sick, ill, or aren't 100%, because if they did, they would have given me a win for just my dedication being in front of the camera tonight. Instead, they have absolutely plucked my heart from my soul and ripped it into shreds in the shootout. With that being said, and that very dark twist and turn, give it a like because, look, I've been coughing and spluttering and getting through this episode tonight, so give it a like for that. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great one, and goodbye.